Hello, I'm FX Toycat, and another dynamic world is now available, and this one is also focused on realism, so much so that that is the name actually. The beauty it brings and the unique features it has mean that this is an incredibly fun pack, but is it actually worth playing? Is it any better than a normal texture pack? And most importantly, is this better than Realism Craft, which launched just a few weeks ago now? Those are big questions, but let's jump into Realism to find out the answer to them, and you'll immediately spot some differences with the tree logs and wow, is this the wild update mushrooms that we expected that time ago? But also, the moment we chop down a tree, you'll notice something different. This is a big tree too, so when we chop this down... Oh. Okay, when you use an axe to chop down a tree, this will happen. Whoa! That's right, this actually has the tree capitator built in. Except, just like in the more, I guess, harsh or realistic versions, it actually uses axe durability each time, which means that I chopped down a single piece of wood with that stone axe, but yet the entire axe went away, which, I mean, it's kind of fair. I've got more oak logs than I could ever do anything with, but something useful to keep in mind. Man, I have far too much wood now. Do you think I can craft these oak tree branches into something? Oh, I can. They become 1 wood each. Nice. So usability to the end player is massively increased, but so too is the atmosphere. A lot of people love the idea of all sorts of ambience being added all around, and so you can find tulips just hanging out over here. I was pretty sure those were tulips, I'm glad I'm just trying to think that. You can find tulips all around the world, but also you can find all sorts of other flowers as well, and indeed animals. Look how cute this little deer looks. I need to know if it drops something good though. Is there a reason to kill the cute deer you see roaming around? I don't personally say that this fits into realism, but I do have to say it is very cute. Oh, it's just like the real world. You really shouldn't kill some animals, but some of them will give you the goodies. Wow, venison. That is a thing I wouldn't expect to have in a Minecraft world, but we have it right here. Are we going to attract a hyena with it? Oh god, no, that's not attracting a hyena. He wants to murder me. Okay. So this is very bad, it goes without saying, and he just drops leather, so not a lot of reason to murder him. I believe that both cheetahs and vegans would agree that killing cheetahs is bad, but one of the important things here to say is that this pack adds a lot to the world, and a crucial difference between this and Realism Craft is that Realism Craft changes the terrain by adding structures basically to make it work, whereas this effectively builds onto what your world already would be doing. This is a very huge and very crucial difference, and so it's a fun one to see. It's real Minecraft terrain, just with some extra foliage added. Personally, I think the foliage adds clutter, but I know a lot of people will be looking at this and saying, "Oh, that's beautiful." But yeah, you get a lot of new animals, you get a lot of new foliage, and you get some fun little extra add-ons, like we mentioned with the tree capitator. Ooh, always a wild thing to do, right? Do you think these are birch trees, or is this an entirely different type of wood as well? Okay, I actually can't tell looking at it. That's aspen. Whoa! So, by taking advantage of being able to build on top of the terrain, rather than using it like a structure piece, they can actually make entirely new types of trees, which then come as new types of planks. Oh, that is very interesting. I'm gonna go and find a village, because that's my usual first port of call in a Minecraft world, and one of the things that I'd be most curious as to what they can do with. Making water look great, that's fairly easily doable, right? I mean, actually, this looks like fairly normal water. Oh wait, no it doesn't, look at that! Making water look great, yeah, sure, you add some waves here, some god rays here or there, and you can do some really interesting things. Honestly, waves look so unnatural in Minecraft when they're not moving. But, you know, adding things like that, it's, you know, like really easy, not easy, but necessarily, it's something that everyone knows how you can do, but making villages fit into this new, beautified world is one of the challenges I'd love to see how they answered. First, though, I'm looking forward to building myself an aspen boat. Oh, that is a real thing! Heck yeah! By the way, something else fun that you'll notice if you look over here is that there's no new animations on me, the player, or any mobs, but you will spot there's some fun animations as me or those mobs jump in and out of water. Oh, yeah, well, that's kind of strange watching them follow me around, but still pretty cool. And now I just want to know, how easy are these waves to ride a boat on? Oh, it's actually quite fun. Anyway, let's ride off to a village. Assuming our boat doesn't capsize along the way, of course. Oh no. Okay, I'm basically dead at this point, but I've just found myself a village, which means food and a place to sleep, but also, crucially, a way to see how it fits into the rest of the world. But my first thought upon noticing this is actually, wow, the muddy pig. It's right here. Look how cute he is. This is something that people have been asking for forever. The Minecraft Earth mob that Minecraft themselves designed isn't in the game that Minecraft also have made, but this seems to add various different variants of pigs. I wonder if this is a whole new mob or just a variant of the texture. It's very interesting either way. Speaking of textures, it looks as though fences are poking out in all directions. Weirdly, Realism Craft had this same issue too, so it clearly must be something to do with dynamic worlds. I couldn't tell you exactly what, but it's an odd one, right? Speaking of odd one, I'm gonna have to kill you, and then I'm gonna make some food. I would love to go to sleep tonight, where all the beds are basically asking me to do that, but sadly, instead of doing that, I have some other things to show you. Oh look, I can use the tree capitator to chop down the side of this man's house. Sorry, buddy. Had to show it off for the video. I hope you understand. In the same way that I'll hope you'll understand that I'm going to make some food, and I'm going to show you some things that this dynamic world does that people have been asking for forever. I do feel like there is a certain amount of like almost fan favorite like competition that is going on amongst this stuff, but I think they're things you're going to appreciate regardless. So if we go into a biome like this, you can see ambient noises, and oh god, how did I upset that Enderman? I'm so sorry, buddy. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to do this to me or you. I'm so glad I slept, though. So glad I slept. Okay, I'm fine. This is great. So yeah, look at the ambience we can see here. Something I really love about this that a lot of shader packs don't get right is the darkness is dark. You can tell that it's not light here, but not overwhelmingly so. Please leave me alone. I would like to heal in peace if that's fine. But this is a really fine looking biome, and also something you'll notice about the dark is what's that in the tree over there? Oh wait, no, that can't, I thought it was fireflies, but those can't be added to Minecraft. It would just be impossible, except no, actually, I think those very much are fireflies chilling in a tree. You know, Kissing. You know, actually, can fireflies kiss? The point here is to say that fireflies are real in this dynamic world, something which really adds a degree of ambiance to the outside world, and also they serve to like highlight certain structures. A structure which, by the way, I'm sure, no matter how hard I try, I'm not going to be able to chop this entire thing down. Oh no, my axe. But yeah, we'll get rid of the fireflies one way or the other. Pro tip, if you are going to use the tree capitator, make sure that you have a decent axe for it. And if you don't want to do it, then just crouch and then it won't activate. It will highlight just a single block. A very nice little feature here. Speaking of nice little features, at night you can sometimes find owls, which, based on some of the shots I've seen, is something I'm going to need to check out. So, wait, what is that? Is that a real bug? Oh, no, it's a... Oh, there's just an extra degree of things on the ground. Speaking of extra degree of things, here are some wildflowers. Something fun about these is every time you place them down, they're slightly different. I don't know if this is meant to be a reference to how flowers grow in the real world, but I think it's something really neat. You can try and get a whole row of them the same, or you can deliberately mix them up. Also kind of neat is the idea of these random stone blocks. I'm curious what you get for them. You get rock. Can you use rock to craft anything? No, you can't. Very strange. Anyway, so I'm hoping to find an owl before the night is over. I assume that's when they spawn, but I actually don't know. But while we go looking for that, I can show you two other things. One is the dynamic effects in terms of weather, but also in terms of time of day. It's very dewy, I think that's what you call it when the sun rises, right? Look at all this foggish stuff looking around everywhere. But also something you might have noticed this entire video is when you load up your inventory, you can see that there is a little question mark here. I was told there was a wiki in this map, and I just rolled my eyes like, oh no, I don't want to read another book. But I love the way they've implemented it for this. This is how add-ons should do it too, in my opinion. When you open up your inventory, you can see a little question mark here, which will then tell you all about the pack. You can learn about flowers, trees. So there are aspen trees, huge oak trees, apple trees. Wait, apple trees? Wow, that's crazy. Normal trees, mini trees, etc. But we can also learn about the wildlife, so I can find out that owls are only found at night, and we totally messed it up. Whoops. But we can tame them with chicken or rabbit meat. Okay, I'll make sure to get some of that and come back here tomorrow. And owls will sometimes drop the rare owl crown. Wait, have they added a mob that is useful to not kill, but then also gives you something when killed? That's That seems pretty crazy. Also earlier, I think I called it a hyena when it was a lynx. My bad. Deer, very fun, deer and fawn. Birds, found around the world, give you eggs sometimes. Ooh, 3 eggs of your own for a nest. Insects, and then ambience can be found all around the rest of this too. I kind of like this, item intensity stages. So I'm assuming this is going to be done in the same way that every other pack tries this, but dynamic light exists. You just have to hold one of these items in your hands. I'm going to go make a torch just to try it out. Let's go find a cave and enjoy our day. Oh, sorry, chicken. I need you to later get an owl. But yeah, you can hear some very loud things. I'm excited for those owls, but I'm also excited, after reading the wiki, to find a new type of structure, the flower shrine. Look how cute that looks. You can see it in the trailer, actually, fun fact. But yeah, apparently if you give them flowers, there'll be some beneficial effects. So it works kind of like a beacon, but naturally existing in your world. That's kind of nutty. All I know is I want to have speed, so I'm going to try and fly in some of these in my world. Worst case, we'll get resistance from some tulips. Let's go. Okay, well, we've got our flowers locked in already. So let's go on a little bit of an adventure, shall we, into a cave. But preferably a bigger one. Yeah, this is a pretty weird cave. I don't remember placing those hay bales down there myself, but yet they exist. Is that part of the village from nearby? Or, you know, I'm not going to question it. I'm just going to enjoy diving in deep and making myself a torch, which I will then use for some ambient light. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's not quite as bright as placing a torch, but it is useful enough to be able to see when getting around. Again, I think this is a key example of where a game developer might say, no, you can't listen to the player. If you listen to the player, they might tell you to do all sorts of terrible things that aren't good for them. But actually, being able to see is one of those things that so many packs take away from you, but it just looks so much better when you can. I love being able to explore a cave dynamically, and even though there are far fewer effects down here, it's still a nice little part of the pack. It definitely feels like this is an overworld pack beyond anything else. Oh no, don't murder me. I don't want to die. I really don't want to, I swear. So something fun you'll notice all across your world are these little miniature rivers. They are apparently called creeks, and they're a place that are really useful to go to if you're looking for animals. Animals need to drink water, and so do predators that are looking to eat animals. And so, yeah, if we're looking specifically for birds, as why not we are, then this is a great place to go. Side note, but killing these birds is much more effective than killing regular ones, because you get eggs and feathers, and sometimes raw chicken. Not in this case, though, but we should have enough of that ready to go. Indeed, now I can start making some slightly better tools. I would have to say, my big bugbear really does come down to these random decorative items. Minecraft has an inventory problem of too many items, not too few, and so it's weird enough the way these place, but why do I need to have a rock? That's just my opinion. I know a lot of people will love this, but I want to be entirely fair and transparent with you about that one. This is something I'm not a fan of. Otherwise, though, I am liking the way things have gone so far. I am liking the fact that everything seems to be fairly calm, and I'm going to cook some venison now. See how good that is for me. Okay, as soon as I got enough iron, the first thing I had to do was craft one of these. I want to see if we get an iron axe against one of these big trees, if we can actually chop the whole thing down without losing the entire axe. Oh yeah, it's a lot of durability to waste, but it is a very cool party trick. I think it is balanced because of the durability, but also it does sting a little bit. I think definitely wait till you have a diamond axe to actually start going down and sawing entire forests, but a cool little benefit to have as part of this pack. Definitely part of the behaviors and not the resources. Something which I think will lead to some confusion amongst people, like, what is the actual scoop with dynamic worlds? Like, this is a resource pack, but it's also a world, but it's also a set of add-on behaviors. And so what is the actual, what is the reason that they're all separated? The reason is so you can use this on your own worlds. If you don't mind stuff like the tree capitator or the rocks, I don't know why. I don't mind the rocks personally, but maybe they're your favorite feature and you'd miss them being somewhere else. But if you don't mind those features, sorry, I had something almost mean to say about the rocks, but you know what? They're just rocks. They don't know what they're doing so horribly wrong. I can't fault them for it. Although, interestingly, it looks as though you get a slightly different rock based on which part of a block you place it on. Oh. So, yeah, if you really love these rocks, then you won't get them by just using the resource pack, which you can use on any world. What you'll get from that is kind of a variable experience. But yeah, it means that there is a resource pack you can use in any world, as well as this dynamic world, which every time you load it up will be different, but still, you might eventually want to use it on a world which does have achievements enabled, because dynamic worlds will disable all of those. We're fundamentally altering Minecraft, making it slightly easier to survive with our new meat type, and so that is the reason that's true. By the way, I found something fun while heading over here. Do you want to know what it was? The super rare flower shrine that I was like, oh god, I'm going to be doing a big search for this later today, maybe with the owl thing. No, it was just right here in the village. I don't know if they generate here all the time, or if this is a happy coincidence, but I'm going to offer him one of my flowers, an allium. No, I'm not. Okay, I'm going to... Oh, there we go. Oh! And that's going to cause a spirit to be summoned, and a cool beacon effect to come out of that. So then we're going to give it a daisy. You know, I don't know if this is actually anything, but we got to try, right? No, that's not correct. The daisy is not accepted by anyone here. Anyway, now when I'm hanging around this little guy, I'm going to get the resistance effect, which you get resistance 2 even. Whoa, I am strong. And presumably that's going to follow me for quite some distance too. We'll see how that actually looks. By punching this here iron golem. Yeah, look at that. That's very, very decent resistance, if I do say so myself. And it looks like it's from a decent way away, too. Also, wait, I have to try this. Too satisfying. That is definitely not how a tree capitator should work, but I'm really glad that's how it chooses to work. And so, yeah, you can see, even from all the way over here, I'm still getting that resistance 2 effect. This is better than a beacon, and you get it for the price of a single flower, which is a bit OP, but again, for the dynamic world, which is an experience you're going through to enjoy a slightly different Minecraft world, maybe not so terrible. Okay, I've just run out of the range of it, and I'm all the way over here now. We'll see when we get it by coming back in. So that's the beacon style effect. And oh, that's a golem. He will murder me now. If I come just over here, I would say about 50 blocks away. There's no coordinates on right now, of course, but about the effect of a max beacon, we get it. Also, interestingly, there's fireflies following me. Can you kill fireflies? Can you trap them in a bottle? Can I destroy this entire house just for fun? Oh, you better believe I can. Don't make your house out of wood if someone, if you're planning on playing this per pack. Make sure you don't make your house out of wooden logs. You will regret it. Anyway, speaking of things I'm going to regret, I'm excited to go and find an owl. I feel like you'll hear them before you see them, but I'm just going to go on a little adventure with my chickens and see what happens to me. Okay, these aren't owls, but they are a pretty cool little biome we've just wandered into. I love how many unique ways they can play around with the Minecraft world this way. Also, did you hear that? That's fun. There's bushes you can walk through. If you want to see something I like, look at this owl. Aww, he loves me. What's the benefit of that? Oh, this is the benefit. I am an owl now. What? Oh. Wow. You ever heard the phrase bird's eye view? This is what it was meant to be done. So you can't change your perspective, which is interesting. And also, as you can see, the owl render distance can't, the owl can't go outside your simulation distance, which is a very big limitation, especially on realms, where that is 4 chunks, fun fact. So I can go all the way to about here, but oh, this is something incredible. Okay, I'm going to use the owl to check out a cave. I'm guessing that mobs won't hurt me if I do. But yeah, this is okay. This isn't an ability which is mostly good for walking around the world. It's an ability for scouting out things that are very, very high up there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way up to the top of my little beacon. Look, you can see even the sky has this weird square effect to it. But we're going to go up real high, and then from here, I'm going to see what we can see. Oh, yeah, that was something special. Has to be said. So thank you, Mr. Owl. I can now use him again anytime I want to. Oh, interesting that he flies so high up and then immediately comes back down here. But if he follows me around, I look forward to using this to explore new areas, maybe? But will he? Can owls be tamed? If this was vanilla Minecraft, you know the question would be no. Oh, but it looks like it might be a yes here. Okay, so, Mr. Owl, will you let me... Yeah, he will come down. I love that. Okay, so let's go exploring, and let's use the owl the next time we need to. Oh, poor big salmon. How did you get out of the water there? Rip. Okay, so what I'm thinking is right here, there is a very lovely cave. Sorry, a very lovely cliff. I get the two confused because of 1.18. And if my owl is still... Oh, I should have been checking he was following me. Well, if my owl was still around, I guess he doesn't like the daytime as much, then I could use him to get a nice bird's eye view of this and see if it was worth going down before having to commit to actually doing that. But my owl has left me, so never mind. So I was just on the treetops here because I wanted to show you an interesting issue that Minecraft has when rendering dynamic worlds like this. You might have spotted it through this video, but it seems to render the world twice. It's something they're looking into fixing the exact specifics on. But while I was on top of these trees trying to show it to you, I found a bird's nest. And apparently you can add your own eggs to the bird's nest. Oh. Well, it seems to add anyway, so there we go. And then if you want, you can take away too. If you ever feel like stealing from a bird, this is your opportunity. Which is fun by itself, but also there's a whole new type of tree just across the way, which I feel like I have to give a try. Unless that's what birchwood looks like now? No, this is the aspen log again. Wait, this is an entirely different aspen-looking biome. So yeah, even though it exists by modifying your existing terrain, this does effectively add entirely new biomes and... Oh, this is beautiful. I don't know why that is. I feel like there's a certain amount of familiarity you need from a pack, and I feel like we've got that here. But also, I love the entirely different biome we've just stumbled into right here, even if it's for a wood that I clearly have seen before. Let's stumble out of it, and let's stumble into a dark oak forest now. I'm going to waste my entire axe on this one, but it's worth it. Just to make sure that we can see every type of wood that has been easily accessible. Wait, if these trees are aspen, then what was that across the way? Oh, they're also just aspen trees just mixed in with the regular oak. So you get oak and birch and aspen, which is a fun little mix-up. I actually really like this type of wood. I think a lot of people have been asking for a whiter wood than birch forever. And so you people, you have your wishes fulfilled. Isn't that nice? So yeah, at this point, I think it's time for a roundup. This really just looks like a birch boat. I would struggle to tell in a normal Minecraft screenshot whether this was birch or aspen. Even right now, with this in my hand, I'm like, nah, I'm pretty sure that's a birch boat. Okay, now it's finally time for the roundup to work out the overall opinion on realism, and also to compare it to Realism Craft, which is the only other dynamic world which is going for this same vibe. So let's start by saying the strengths and the weaknesses of realism. I really think that this is a strong map in terms, or strong dynamic world, in terms of the fact that it looks pretty good. It adds a few things to the game without being overwhelming. There is extra foliage, which is nice, there are extra biomes, which are nice, extra wood types, etc., but they all feel very much within the scope of Minecraft itself. The things that are most out there are things like these waves, I would say, but it does have a lot of that, while also having handy little bonuses to make it feel like you're playing something fun. They're intuitive to use, like the tree capitator thing, literally showing you what blocks you will break, but also new mobs. They're also all intuitive and work how you would predict. I think that this means you get a kind of Minecraft plus experience, which is pretty darn great. However, it has just one structure, it has just 4 mobs, and although it has a lot of different tree types and biome types, I would say that if you're comparing to Realism Craft, you miss out on animations and custom items, which I would say is a good thing personally, but you also then miss out on a few other nice details, including things like structures, and so at this point, I think it really is a preference-based issue. Realism Craft is a slightly more rounded pack in a lot of different ways, but some of those round edges are ones that I personally can't say I really like, whereas Realism is much more focused on making that closer to vanilla experience, one that really resonates with me personally, but something I could understand isn't for everyone. In some parts of the world, you feel like you're just playing a mod pack. Like, what are the actual realism features I'm enjoying right now, besides this ocean getting me? There are much fewer effects, and there, by the way, that's the rendering I was mentioning earlier. This is something both Realism Craft and Realism will do. It's a dynamic world problem that I think that they have to fix as a Minecraft more broad issue. But yeah, in general, I would say if you're looking for more snazzy effects, right now, Realism Craft is there, but I said this before and I'll say it again, with all of the fun new things coming to Minecraft, the current pack of realism things are going to seem slightly dated by comparison. And so I would say this is something I would recommend if you're looking for this sort of stuff, which a lot of people admittedly are right now. These are wildly popular. Something you might not realize if you're someone who says, it's okay, I just don't think this is for me, is the large number of other players who are like gobbling it up because they like it a lot. A lot of people are looking for a slight realistic tinge to their Minecraft world, and I think that this out of the 2 packs is the one I would slightly recommend right now. And so that's something I want to say. To be clear, I did get some very slight early access to this pack, and indeed, for the sake of this video, a realm was provided to me, and in exchange, all the developers said was if you could add a link to the description, that would be nice, but if you didn't, that's fine too. They had no editorial control over this video, and I hope that the amount of criticism that I've added with my praise proves that that is true. My goal is to make unbiased marketplace reviews, because ultimately, it's your money that's at risk if I'm not, if I mess that up. And so hopefully you appreciated today's video. Hopefully it gave you a good look into this add-on pack, and let me know what you think down below of this and everything else. But now though, thank you very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, because I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.